These declassified 1950s-era documents outline a secret CIA program to not only exploit the human mind, but also to create and deploy a hypnotically controlled agent.
It's an artificially created multiple personality where there's a new identity hidden behind an amnesia barrier. You call out this new identity with hypnotic verbal access codes and signals of some kind. You give it the assignment, whether it's courier, infiltration, or assassination assignment. The assignment's carried out. Then when you switch back to the regular person, they have no memory for anything to do with the entire operation.
That's the theory. But did the CIA ever create its own Manchurian candidate? Linda McDonald says she's living proof that the CIA tried.
Virtually the first 26 years of my life are gone, wiped.
1961. Linda is a young mother with 3 small children in Quebec, Canada. After she gives birth to twins, she suffers a severe bout of postpartum depression. Her husband sends her to Montreal's Allen Memorial Institute and world-renowned psychiatrist Dr. Ewan Cameron.
These are times that spur the spirit.
He had quite a reputation for being very good.
What MacDonald doesn't know is that Dr. Cameron receives money from the CIA and the Canadian government for his mind control research. Declassified documents from MK-Ultra reveal Cameron is experimenting with a technique called depatterning.
What he did was he gave people massive amounts of electroshock, reduced them to vegetables that way. He would keep them asleep for weeks at a time with barbiturates, and then he would have tape loops played literally thousands and thousands and thousands of times over and over and over. So he's trying to wipe out their existing personality and restructure it according to these tape loop instructions.
Linda McDonald is one of Cameron's human guinea pigs.
I had 109 electroconvulsive shock treatments in less than 5 weeks. And the purpose of this was to wipe my memory.
Gone are her memories of childhood, school, getting married, having children.
If I think about it, I'm angry. I can't really afford to think about it because I have a life now and I have to get on with it.
But there are other experiments even stranger.
The bull was immobilized with a tranquilizer dart, and 21 electrodes were implanted in his brain.
In this 1965 experiment, this 800-pound bull is under the control of Dr. Jose Delgado.
Now Professor Delgado faces the bull himself.
A Yale University researcher, secretly financed by the Office of Naval Intelligence.
Again, the animal turns on command.
But closely watched by Sidney Gottlieb at the CIA. With the push of a button, Delgado can make the charging bull stop in its tracks.
Again, the bull charges. But on signal, he stops, then turns around by radio command. Repeatedly, the bull was tamed by radio signals beamed to the electrodes in his brain.
He wrote a book and published a whole series of papers where he put electrodes into the brains of cats, monkeys, and human beings.
At Tulane University, Dr. Robert Heath, a neuroscientist, tries to use electronic brain stimulation to change the sexual orientation of a young male prison inmate.
I mean, it is a major, outrageous violation of basic human decency and all ethical codes in medicine.
LSD, electroshock, behavior modification. These cutting-edge techniques all show promise as mind control tools. But the most promising tool of all is far from cutting edge, until the CIA gets hold of it. Hypnotism. Hundreds of documents describe hypnotic experimentation and research, where reports boast of 100% amnesia, and patients are placed in a very deep trance state. In one legendary experiment, a CIA hypnotist demonstrates the possibilities of hypnotizing a person to become a controlled assassin.
He ordered her to pick up a gun and shoot somebody under hypnosis, except there were blanks in the gun, but she didn't know there were blanks in the gun.
She carried out these suggestions to the letter, says the report. It's not hard to see the next step for this technique, says John Marks. He describes an experimental program under the codename Artichoke, where the subject was to be a 35-year-old, well-educated foreigner who could be hypnotized and programmed by the CIA to involuntarily make an assassination attempt. And with that tantalizing scenario, the trail following the Manchurian candidate hits a dead end. Whether it was ever implemented or if there was a target, Marks doesn't speculate, but others do.
When you look at the millions and millions and millions of dollars that have been spent since the 50s, you look at the size of the military and intelligence budget, this can't be 2 or 3 or 4 people. This has got to be at least dozens or hundreds of operatives.